And Natalie, this all unfolded just a short time ago. The man at the center of this case appeared before a judge, and I want to get you right to that video. This is Joseph Amico. He's accused of making terroristic threats against a Manhattan attorney who filed a racial discrimination lawsuit against Fox News. Now, Amico allegedly became enraged and repeatedly called the attorney's office, making threats. Sources close to the case tell me the threats were violent in nature, threatening the attorney and threatening to blow up the Manhattan building. The NYPD's major case squad flew out to Amico's hometown of Las Vegas. Police say there he barricaded himself in his home for hours before surrendering to police. Amico's attorney, Todd Spodek, talked to News 4, saying,
the allegations are that he's contacted the law firm and made various threats regarding that representation of a number of plaintiffs in a lawsuit against Fox News. This was a situation where a number of people all over the United States were reaching out to the law firms. Unfortunately, Mr. Amico's been singled out. I don't think any of the conduct that he has done, any of the phone calls, rise to criminal culpability. And I'm hopeful that this matter will be resolved in no time.
Amico is no stranger to police. He has a number of convictions in his past. Amico is due back before a judge here in Lower Manhattan on Monday. We're live in Lower Manhattan. I'm Mark Santia, News 4 New York.
Arrested by the SWAT team in Las Vegas, the man accused of making a terrorist threat to blow up a building and of making threats against judges here. Joseph Amico is in the Wayne County Jail tonight. He is accused of threatening to kill an attorney and bomb a building in New York City. But before that, as we hear from Jane Flash, there was a warrant for his arrest right here in Wayne County.
Well, Amico was in the midst of a bitter divorce and custody battle last summer. His threats to 3 judges involved in his case and their families and children fill 30 pages. With a lengthy arrest record and knowing he was possibly armed, Las Vegas police took no chances. Bearing down on the home of Joseph Amico, wanted for threatening to blow up a law firm and kill the attorneys inside. Yet arrest warrants filed last August sought Joseph Amico for making dozens of threats against family court judges in Wayne County. In court papers obtained by 13 WHAM News, witnesses say Amico called one judge corrupt and threatened that she was going to learn, saying he would post naked pictures of her daughter on the internet. Amico allegedly created public websites to disparage another judge involved with his case and threatened he would go after his son, his baby boy. If the judge shows the slightest bit of disrespect, he will regret it. The harassing phone calls, sometimes 20 to 30 a day, peppered the phone lines of the family court offices in Wayne County. Investigators say Amico was tech-savvy. He's masked his calls with a spoof app, which doesn't show up on caller ID. He's also accused of corrupting the Sheriff Department Facebook page with private information of deputies, including addresses and phone numbers. Amico left the state before he could be arrested. Months later, the following April, it's alleged his anger surfaced again. Prosecutors say Amico became incensed watching a television interview with the attorneys involved in the sexual harassment lawsuit against Fox News. Again, in a series of phone calls, investigators say he threatened to shoot the attorney, harm his family, and blow up the law office on Fifth Avenue. Investigators used phone records to track Amico to his home in Las Vegas. He was taken into custody after a tense 5-hour standoff. Now, in Manhattan, Amico was charged with making terrorist threats, but he was allowed to post bail. When he returned to court on those charges Monday, Wayne County deputies were waiting to bring him back here. He now faces 7 counts of harassment here.
Webster judge is now the latest target of a Las Vegas man, already facing charges for threatening judges in Wayne County and lawyers for Fox News. 13 WHAM Sean Carroll was in court as Joseph Amico stood before a judge to answer to harassment and stalking charges today.
Joseph Amico smiled and winked at the camera while leaving court Tuesday afternoon. Police report and pages of witness testimony from victims say he was anything but cordial with them over the past year. Webster police say the 47-year-old Amico placed dozens, if not hundreds of phone calls to Webster Town Court, cursing out clerks and calling Town Justice Dave Corritore about every vulgar name you can imagine.
I think any threat toward a judge or harassment of a judge or an attorney or really harassment of anybody is something you have to take serious.
Livingston County District Attorney Greg McCaffrey is assigned to prosecute Amico in Monroe County. He's now in contact with prosecutors in Wayne County, where Amico is also accused of harassing judges. Witnesses there say he called one judge corrupt, threatened that she was going to learn, and that he was going to post naked pictures of that judge's daughter on the internet. Deputies in Wayne County arrested Amico after he posted bail in New York City, where he's accused of threatening lawyers involved in sexual harassment lawsuits against Fox News. Investigators there claim Amico said he would shoot and kill a lawyer, harm his family, and blow up their law office on Fifth Avenue. Before his arrest on those charges, police in Las Vegas spent more than 5 hours working to negotiate Amico's peaceful surrender during a standoff. All the more reason that authorities are taking these threats in Monroe County seriously.
We don't know what Mr. Amico is or isn't capable of. I think given his potential history, his lengthy criminal history, it's something we take pretty serious.
In Penfield, Sean Carroll, 13, Wham News.
Amico's facing misdemeanor charges in Monroe County and is now considering a plea offer that would keep him in a local jail for 9 months.
A man facing charges in 3 states will get a new judge for charges filed in Webster. Joseph Amico is accused of making threatening phone calls to a Webster town justice. Amico faces similar charges involving judges in Wayne County and is accused of making a terroristic threat to blow up a building in New York City.